can do is I can trigger the pad to be on a certain knob. So I've got this Akai. Basically, it's a professional laptop pad controller. And so instead, I used to show up to the churches and try to, because sometimes you can use the buttons on board keyboards to try to talk to my computer via MIDI. But I found it easier to go ahead and use the Akai. That way I can have everything set up. That way I don't have to spend like all of sound check trying to get all my sounds and layers and stuff. So here's what I would typically do with the piano pad. I would typically, like this morning during that time, I wanted to start off really simple, just like with just a basic kind of pad. But as the moment, if I feel like the moment is right, and you know, maybe I'll layer just a little piano, just like a little subtle. Again, not really, and I would almost turn the pad down a little bit and the piano up a little bit. That kind of thing. And so that adds, because a lot of times the speaker or whoever, they may go 10 minutes and you may be like this morning, and it's your job to be there and play behind it. And so you want to keep it interesting to a certain degree. Like you don't, I mean technically I guess I could just hit a sustain pedal and hold that, but you want to keep it musical. And what you don't want to do is, with this kind of sound, simple is so key. I mean, it's great if you can play and you're like, just stuff like that, but I think that could potentially be a distraction. And I think that God's given you, if you're a piano player, that ability to play, and that's great if you can play up and down the keys. And I think it's very important to be able to do that. But I think learning the art of just being simplicity, just learning to, because as a worship team, you're a team. If I'm playing, I would have no bass player friends if this was how I played.
I've done that before.
Yeah. Now, if I'm playing for Sarah Bareilles, maybe, like in the intro, but yet still, you don't want to walk on what he's doing, especially, if you want to be friends with the bass player, you can't be real left-hand heavy. The same thing with guitar. Like if the guitar, let's say we're playing Mind Is Saved, and it's like, the guitar's covering that. He's got it. And I used to in my playing, I would be like, oh yeah, like
playing everything but what he's playing.
And if I really wanted, to get in with the bass player, like. So that's a little bit about what to do and what not to do with both the pad and the